Now that you have inspected your chamber and checked the nameplate, we should perform a system ground test. For any high voltage industrial equipment, it is a good idea to perform a ground test before connecting the equipment to facility power. This type of equipment is often moved from facility to facility and sometimes even country to country. Checking for proper grounding is simply best practice. For both your safety and the safety of the equipment, we suggest you follow these steps. A qualified electrical technician should perform this test. The technician will need a digital auto-ranging voltmeter with low resistance leads and the chamber's power cord. Additionally, the back panel of the chamber will have to be removed. The back panel is usually secured by 4 screws, and removing it will give you access to the service cavity. Next, we need to measure the voltmeter's lead resistance. This is done by setting the meter to its resistance function and then shorting the leads. The value that appears on your voltmeter is your lead resistance. You will need this number later. Write it down if necessary. In this example, our lead resistance is 0.1 ohms. After we check our lead resistance, we need to check our measured ground resistance. The first thing we need to do is to connect the chamber's power cord to the chamber's power inlet. Do not at any time connect the power cord to a power outlet. This procedure is to be performed with the chamber unplugged from facility power. Next, we need to measure the resistance between the ground on the power plug and the ground post in the chamber service cavity. The ground post is clearly marked with the ground symbol. This resistance is your measured ground resistance. Now, subtract the lead resistance from the measured ground resistance. The remaining value is your actual ground resistance. Your actual ground resistance should be 0.5 ohms or less. If your actual ground resistance is greater than 0.5 ohms, please contact InTest Thermal Solutions prior to using your chamber. Next, we are going to measure the resistance between the power plug's L1 to ground and the power plug's L2 to ground. For this exercise, it is not important to know which position is L1 and which is L2. It is only important that each position is measured independently to the ground position. With each measurement, we are looking for a resistance of 1 megohm or greater. In our example, we measured greater than 20 megohms. This was a good measurement. If you measure less than 1 megohm, please contact InTest Thermal Solutions prior to turning on your system. Now that you have checked your system ground, and in a previous video checked the system nameplate, you know the system is safe to connect to facility power. We will connect the system to facility power in a later video.